Hey, it's Nikki Blonsky, and you're watching Kendall Talks TV.
Preview. No one is auditioning for anything in this household.
But why not? Why not?
Dancing is not your future. One day you're gonna own Edna's Occidental Laundry.
I don't want to be a laundress. I want to be famous.
What's up, guys? It's your host, Kendall Tuckerman, and today we got a special guest with us. You might recognize her as Maggie Baker in the 2008 film Queen Size, or recognize her from her starring role in the ABC Family Original series Huge, or her role she's best known for, Tracy Turnblad, in her 2007 film Hairspray. Today we got Nikki Blonsky. Nikki, thanks for being with us.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. I wish we could meet in person, but with this virus,
I know, we have to be careful.
We'll stick to Skype.
Someday.
Now, you got enough toilet paper, right? You're
yeah, I'm good. What do I have? I got dryer sheets. I'm ready, if all else fails.
So I want to know, and I'm sure the fans want to know, how's life treating you?
Life is really cool right now, actually. Yesterday, Vogue published a magazine article, on their online magazine, saying that Hairspray is the top 8. It's actually number 3 out of the top 8 movies being watched right now on Netflix during the coronavirus. So, yeah, people are kind of clinging to Tracy Turnblad for some hope, some inspiration, some motivation. And I mean, who better? She's the people's champ. She's the underdog.
That is
awesome. She fights for everybody. So, and then, so I very, just very chill, I posted it, and then I tagged Anna Wintour in the Met Gala and Vogue magazine. And today I was in the car and it said Anna Wintour just reposted your post. And I was like,
that's awesome.
What? So life has been really interesting the past 2 days. Auditions, doing some voiceover work. I just signed on to a new project. So I'm really excited right now.
That is awesome. And that's crazy. All these years, how many years? It's been like 15 years?
This summer, July 2020 will be July 20th, 2020. So yeah, 7/20/2020 will be 15 years.
15. And it's crazy, out of all these years, the movie is still making an impact in people's lives all around the world. And that's just crazy, because you don't hear that about every movie that drops. You know what I mean?
Well, I think the special thing that Hairspray had about it was it was just so joyful, but it had a meaning and it had a message, but we didn't hit you over the head with it. We let you come to your own conclusions and sing and dance with us, but at the end of the day, you got a lesson and you were taught something. So, I mean, I'm just so thankful every day. Here I am 15 years later and 31 years old, and I still cannot believe that I got the part. It really did happen. And every day, several times a day, some days I just kind of plow through and don't think about it that much. But days like today, I can't help but think about it. So I really appreciate everybody just making Hairspray, one of the most watched movies right now. And I guess really of since it came out, really of all time, it's pretty, I guess people really like it. I don't know.
Yeah. And let's take it back to 2007 or 2006 when you got the role. Tell us just a brief story how you got that role.
So when I saw Hairspray when I was 15 years old, I saw the Broadway show for my 15th birthday. My neighbor took me because she used to expose me to a lot of shows and bring me and kind of educate me on the arts, because she knew I loved to sing. So she said, I'm going to take you to Hairspray. And I sat there, and I was always taught you never speak in the theater, right? Mm-hmm. But I said to my mom, I was watching Good Morning Baltimore, and I literally poked my mom's arm, and I said, my exact words were, "That's me. I can do that." And so I started auditioning for the Broadway show. I did 3 callbacks. They said ultimately I was too young. And then for my 17th birthday, because I'm very determined and I don't really take no for an answer sometimes. I went on the Broadway show's website and it said we're casting the movie. And I said, oh my God, what are the ages? Like, this has to happen. And it said ages 17 to 24. And that was the day of my 17th birthday.
That is so.
It said, don't make a tape. What did I do? I made a tape. I sent it in. It was not supposed to be viewed. One of the assistants actually viewed it. And he was instructed to throw away all tapes. He viewed mine and he said, you have to watch this, to his boss. But I had already been auditioning for 6 months for the movie for open call auditions. So I auditioned in New York. I had a screen test in LA and I had a dance audition in Baltimore. I never danced a day in my life before that movie.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So, it was amazing. And, yeah.
And you were working
here we are.
Right?
What?
You were working at Cold Stone too, right?
I was working at Cold Stone, scooping ice cream and, getting ready to go to college, and reluctantly, because I was going to go for theater to CW Post. And I said to myself, well, why go, learn how to do theater when I could just go do it. Right. So,
yeah, right. And it worked out great for you.
I'm still in shock, Kendall. I mean, it never, like, you don't just wake up one day and go, oh yeah, this is the norm. No.
Now, that was your first film. What was it like working? I mean, you worked with some of the biggest names in the industry, your very first film. Like, just to name off some, John Travolta, Zac Efron, Queen Latifah, Amanda Bynes, Brittany Snow. I mean, the list goes on and on. There's tons I didn't mention. What was it like working with such big names? Like, were you kind of starstruck when the movie first started, when you first started working on the set?
Well, I was very blessed in high school to have a music mentor named Dr. Pamela Levy, who she taught me my shows, and she literally sat with me through senior year when we did Carmen. And she sat with me and taught me it note by note, word by word for 6 months. So this is my mentor, and she's everything. And she used to tell me, you have to treat people just like regular people. Her motto used to be, just go do it. Like, she didn't care. She was just like, just go do it. Just get out there on stage and just do it. And she said, Nikki, when you get up there, just treat them like regular people. And I did. And I got to know them for, like, the amazing actors that they are.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, just the beautiful human beings like John Travolta. He is quite possibly my favorite human being ever.
He's a great guy. What's funny is John lives about 20 minutes away from me.
Oh, really? Sure.
Yeah, right here in Ocala. And I've met him probably 4 or 5 times. I haven't had a chance to sit down and talk with him yet, but just running into him at the mall, running into him at a restaurant, just because I live in a very small town, Ocala, Florida. And him and Kelly, I mean, we always run into him. So it's funny because my friend was shopping at Target. John and Kelly always shop at Target. And my friend was shopping at Target, and you know how you go around the corner with a buggy and sometimes you can actually run into somebody?
Yeah.
And she went around the corner and she ran into John, and John was like, hey, have you seen my wife? That's the first thing he said. That's the only thing he said. And she's like, oh, wow, you're John. No, I haven't seen Kelly. And it was just funny. But every time I've seen him, he was just the most genuine, like, nice guy.
He is. He's the most down-to-earth human being. And one thing he always taught me was, stay true to yourself and never lose sight of who you are. And those are 2 of the greatest lessons that I've learned from working with him, because he's still the same person. He hasn't let the business change him. He is just so down to earth and so humble. Not a birthday or a Christmas goes by where I don't get a card in the mail and a text message. He's just the best. I was literally talking to him about an hour and a half ago about this whole Anna Wintour Vogue thing. We're so all over the moon about this whole thing.
So out of everyone you worked with, was John your favorite cast member to work with?
Oh my gosh. Well, I never really rated. I was never asked that question. I never really rated anybody before, but if I had to, I don't think it's a secret that he's my favorite. No.
Nice. Now, were you a
Sorry, Zach. Sorry, buddy. Not happening. You know, John's your favorite too. I'm not even gonna act like I am.
Now, were you a Zac Efron fan before the movie?
Fans of John?
No, a fan of Zac Efron.
Oh, sure. I mean, I was watching Disney Channel with my brother when I was in high school, literally a week after I did my tape. And I said, I wonder if they're going to get Link. And we're watching High School Musical. And I said to my brother, what if they get that guy? He's handsome. He can sing. He can dance. He can act. He's adorable. He's got the whole package.
Yeah.
And literally, I got the movie and they said, your boyfriend, Link Larkin, is going to be played by Zac Efron. I said, well, I could have told you that. Yeah, I mean, he's so great. He's so wonderful.
Were you nervous leading up to the part where you guys kissed in the movie?
Not at all, actually.
Not at all. You're just
I
ready.
was ready. We were ready, we had rehearsed. I don't know if I should say that or not. But you always have to practice, practice makes perfect. And we were just trying to put out a good product.
There you go.
But yeah, so but we were such good friends at that point. After you spend literally 2 months rehearsing for hours and hours on end of day, and then you start filming, and you film for 6 months, and then you go on a world tour together for 10 months.
Oh, wow.
You're either gonna love each other or hate each other, and we just fell absolutely in crazy love with each other just as friends, because he's just such a good dude.
That's a long time, man. 10 months on the road together.
Yeah, Australia, Switzerland, you name it, we did it.
That is awesome to be able to experience all that.
Yeah, it bonds you on a whole other level.
Yeah, I imagine. Did you guys still keep in touch?
I haven't spoken to him in a minute. To nail down Zach is one of the hardest things in the world, because he is just such a free spirit and a little gypsy boy, and I love him for it. But I'm sure I will talk to him soon. We always find a way of circling back to each other.
Now, moving on to the other shows and movies you were a part of, which production was the most fun to be a part of? Was it Hairspray?
Oh, wow. I mean, each project kind of holds a different torch for me, if you will. Hairspray was so fun, and it was my first project. It's like your first love, you're always going to have a special place in your heart for it. But I really am super proud of a film that I did called The Last Movie Star. That wasn't as much fun per se as like singing and dancing and all that fun stuff. But the acting was fun because I got to do it with Burt Reynolds. And he's a legend if there ever was one. So, getting to work with him and he asked me to sing for him on set because he found out about Hairspray. And I sang him Patsy Cline because my grandmother always loved Patsy and raised me on her music. And I said, well, Burt, I'm going to sing Patsy Cline's Crazy. And he said, oh, Patsy was one of my best friends. And I just went, like, she's my idol. Like, she's everything. She's my favorite voice in the world. And then I said to him, and Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra, he goes, Dean and Frank were my friends. Those were my boys. We used to hang out in Vegas together. I'm like, oh, my God. I said, I went in my trailer. I said, how did I get here? What is happening? Like, stop. Is this a joke?
That was awesome. So what's next for Nikki? You got any music, shows, movies, anything your fans can look forward to?
I have been singing a ton. My voice honestly feels so good right now. I'm singing all different types of music. Alanis Morissette, Natalie Imbruglia, the Fugees. I'm singing a little bit of everything. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Cameo, Instagram, Twitter. I'm on it, but I just signed on to a new movie. I attached myself. I'm really excited. I can't quite talk about it yet, but it's really going to be a great drama, and I cannot wait to deliver this to the people because it's going to be a great story. So I'm just really looking forward to that and adapting I'm actually really interested in writing a book as well because I'm a published poet. So I think, I think Nikki's going to be busy for a little bit, and that's just the way I like it. I don't want it any other way.
Well, I look forward to hearing the news about the new movie. And I was actually going to mention Cameo. With you being on Cameo, it allows fans of yours to get personal message from you directly.
Yes.
So I definitely encourage, if you're a Nikki fan, which I don't see why you wouldn't be, to go on Cameo and check her out, and you can get a personal message. It's really cool how they do that.
Yeah, I always say if you order a Cameo, do the who, what, when, where, why. Who is it for? Why? Where are you? Give me the whole rundown. I will customize it. I sing in them. And if you ask me, Good Morning Baltimore or whatever, I will happily do it. So, I mean, now's the time. The country's going through a crisis. We need to band together and support each other. And if you can make somebody smile through a Cameo, then order one and let me make them smile, and, let Tracy make them smile. So.
Well, that's awesome. Well, Nikki, I appreciate you sitting down with us. It's been an honor, and I look forward to seeing all the big things you do.
Oh, my God. You're so very welcome, and I really appreciate your time.